That Nixon puppet. So, wait, is that Nixon puppet crossing the street? How many Nixon puppets does it take to cross the street? There he goes, running out once again. We wanted to give somebody from Stuff TV some stuff to give you guys a little context also, because this isn't the first time folks have had to kind of raise their voices to support public media.
Thank you very much, Michael and Chris. Let's hear a round of applause for these gentlemen for putting this together. My name's Adam Jones. Cool. I'm with the TV series Stuff. And I just had something to say about Mr. Rogers. In 1969, the Senate, instructed by Richard Nixon to cut a budget of $20 million that was granted by Lyndon B. Johnson to public broadcasting. And Nixon wanted it cut in half. So the Senate held hearings led by John Pastore. And Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, I love him, one of my personal heroes, the gentlest man that I've ever listened to in my entire life. And he went to talk to the Senate. And in 6 minutes, if you've not seen this, it's on YouTube. All you have to do is type in Rogers Senate and you can watch it. And in 6 minutes, this man with the biggest heart that cared for children all over this country melted this grumpy senator's heart, and in 6 minutes got this $20 million grant. And all he said to this senator was, I care about the state of our children in this country and what they're watching on television. And the one thing I would say about PBS is that it tells our children to create and think and dream and discover. Unlike a lot of networks that teach them to destroy, they teach them to create. He just didn't know any better. You can't blame him. The only thing that I would say in finishing that up is what Mr. Rogers would say every day to me. And just so you know, I don't know if everyone's aware of this, that Sesame Street's in 150 countries around the world. And did you know that one of them was Afghanistan? Whoa! Did you know that? They're teaching kids the same type of care that you all learned growing up. And for those people, those little ones that don't have parents who say I love you on a day-to-day basis, PBS does. Yeah. PBS tells them what Mr. Rogers told me. You make this day a special day by just your being you. There's nobody in the world quite like you. And I like you just the way you are. Continue to dream and discover. And live with your heart. Because those guys don't get it. But we do. Thank you.
That was the folks from Stuffed, and that was Richard Nixon. I think he's come around, though. We wanted to give a shout out to the folks that are actually making a documentary about Caroll Spinney. Anybody know who Caroll Spinney is? Big Bird. So we have Dave here from the documentary.
Wow. How you doing, everybody? It's really fitting to follow someone talking about Fred Rogers and everything he did for public television. Because in 1969, Caroll Spinney had a very lucrative job working with puppets on another show, the Bozo's Big Top Show. And at that time, Caroll felt like he loved working with puppets. He had a good life, but he felt like something was missing in his life. He wanted to do something more. At that same time, Jim Henson came up to him and asked him to play, as Caroll says, a strange bird and a grumpy guy that lives in the trash can. Caroll, Oscar the Grouch, he's been Oscar and Big Bird since 1969. Caroll took that job, and when he took that job, Jim said to him, we have a tradition here at the Muppets, we don't get paid an awful lot. And that has stuck through the years. These people that are working in public media and public broadcast are doing it because they love it. Carol's been doing it for 43 years now, and he has no intention of ever giving it up. So I think it's important to remember when we're talking about this that the people behind it are doing it because they love it, and they're good people that really are worried about the state of our country and the future of our children. So if you want to learn more about Carol, you can check out the film, IamBigBird.com, and learn about this amazing guy and the other people around him that have given their lives to making everything a little bit better for all of us. Thank you.
Okay. Are the bread and puppet people still out there?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Are you ready? I'll give you a minute. So we got another song, and then a final puppet show, and then some closing words, and then you can freeze.
We're already there.